Okay, so we're getting close to the fourth quarter of the year, and pretty much a lot of major games have come out thus far. A lot of games that have made headlines in various media sources, various websites, and a lot of games have the contender for being like the best video game of 2023. You got Diablo 4, you got Hogwarts Legacy, you got Baldur's Gate 3, you got Final Fantasy 16. Um, we got Super Mario Wonder coming out in October. Another game that we have coming out in October is Assassin's Creed Mirage. And for those who don't know, this is supposed to be the sequel to the game that came out back in 2020, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And that was a game that was such a big deal because of it's because of like how much revenue it earned after it was released. Because I believe that game managed to earn over $1 billion in revenue in a short period of time, and I mean that was something that was reported back in like early 2022, and obviously Ubisoft is still making money off of this game to this day, and that game was like the sequel to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which came out back in 2018, and I believe Assassin's Creed Odyssey did like 10 million in terms of sales, and that was something that was reported during the latter half of 2022. And as far as Assassin's Creed Mirage is concerned, a lot of people have high hopes for this game, especially considering the fact that it's going to be on multiple game systems. It's going to be on the PS5, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X. And surprisingly, it's going to be on last gen game consoles as well, such as the PS4 and the Xbox One, despite those two game systems being like a decade old. And it's supposed to be on iOS as well. And I think the iOS release for Assassin's Creed Mirage is supposed to happen in 2024, but the date for that particular port has not been released just yet. And one of the things about Assassin's Creed Mirage that I guess people would probably dislike is the fact that it's going to be more linear than the previous installments, and it's not going to have like as many dialogue choices. In fact, I don't think it's going to have any dialogue choices um, in terms of um, in terms of gameplay, which is something some of the previous installments did have, which made it feel more like an RPG. But it is what it is. And I think Assassin's Creed um, Valhalla had like two different endings, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey had like nine different endings. And I'm not exactly sure how many endings Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to have, but I still feel like this game is going to do really great in terms of sales, especially considering the fact that's coming out right before the holiday season. So it's going to come out before Black Friday. It's going to come out before Christmas. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be flying off the shelves like during November, December. And the thing about this game is that it's going to be more of an action adventure game opposed to being an action role playing game because Assassin's Creed Valhalla was an action RPG. Um, and this is not the first time Ubisoft has decided to take this approach in relation to one of their games because you look at one of their most popular installments of the teens decade, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I believe that came out back in 2013. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. That was more of an action adventure video game, and look how popular it was. And honestly, I do feel that you can't really go wrong with either genre, whether it be action adventure or action role playing, because like the main thing that's really important is whether or not the story is something that people could become emotionally invested in, and that's something that Ubisoft has done a pretty good job in with the Assassin's Creed series within the past decade or so. So I do feel that Assassin's Creed Mirage is definitely going to be one of those games that have the potential to be, best video game of the year in relation to 2023. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who wish that they just made it an action RPG opposed to just a action adventure game, because there are some people who um, they like having more freedom in relation to, I guess, gameplay and making choices and doing different things, opposed to just having a action adventure game that has like just one or two endings. But but I do feel that Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be a game that sells a couple of mil within like the first like month or so. And I mean, I really don't know, like, overall how well this game is going to do within its first year. It might be one of those deals where it takes about, like, 2 years for it to reach, I don't know, like, 7, 8, or 9 million in terms of, sales, but, it really depends on, you know, what critics think about this game following its release, and it really depends on what type of reception the story really gets, and how high the replay value is for this particular installment of Assassin's Creed.